A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Spurs win 3-1 against Leicester City. After a drab start, Tottenham recovered to win 3-1 against Leicester City.
2 goals by Kane and Heung sealed the points. The first came from the penalty spot after a poor clearance by Leicester's defence, while the second came from Kane after some good work from the hosts' midfield.
The third goal, which was arguably the best of the game, was scored by Heung in the 89th minute. Tottenham's performance against Leicester City.
The result against Leicester City isn't a good one for Tottenham Hotspur, but the game was better than the opposition's. Tottenham's attacking partnership is among the best in the Premier League this season, and their 41st goal combination was a piece of brilliance.
Both Kane and Son have scored 43 Premier League goals this season between them, and their 41st goal came from a corner header. Tottenham's top 3 players combined for 19 attempts on goal, and Kane's header was a fine finish.
The victory puts Tottenham in 4th place in the league, and the team's performance against Leicester could prove vital in the race for a top 4 finish. Tottenham Hotspur's performance against Leicester City was exceptional, and it gave the club the boost they need.
Son Heung-min and Kane showed glimpses of their goal-scoring prowess and helped the team to a 3-1 victory. Leicester City, meanwhile, are one of the best teams in England outside of the Big Six clubs.
While Spurs have struggled to win games so far this season, they have a young team. Kane, in his 38th Premier League match, played as if he was a veteran.
Another key player, Jan Vertonghen, must step up and take charge when the team is in a funk. And while Tottenham's overall performance is impressive, their defending remains one of their most concerning concerns.
Despite the aforementioned problems, the team's performance against Leicester City was a positive one. Tottenham came from behind in the first half, but were able to pull the game back with a win.
With the win, Tottenham have claimed the Premier League's highest away win of all time. They have also avoided the relegation zone.
It's hard to believe that this was a dead rubber, but the result was an emphatic one. Heung-min's goal.
The South Korean striker made his Tottenham debut against Sunderland on the 13th of September, but was replaced by Andros Townsend in the 62nd minute. On the 4th of April, Son scored in the UEFA Champions League against Swansea, and then bagged 2 more goals in a 6-1 win over the former title rivals.
On 7 May, Son bagged his first Premier League goals as Tottenham beat Watford 2-0. Spurs have a few world-class players, but their winning moments usually come from 1 or 2 momentous performances from these players.
Son Heung-min is an example of how to do the simple things right. His physical presence and intelligence combined with his excellent technical ability allowed him to score a superb goal.
Tottenham's fans will have a hard time keeping a cool after seeing his stunning goal. The South Korean forward is a great example of how to win with the simplest of tools.
His strike came after a long spell of quiet play in which the South Korean forward failed to create a clear-cut chance in the final third. However, the impact Son was on display again in this game.
He scored the opening goal and then set up Davinson Sanchez's game-winning header. The South Korean forward has now accounted for 11 direct goal involvements this season, and 6 in the last 6 Premier League games.
Spurs will look to extend this run against struggling Leeds on Saturday. The South Korean striker is enjoying an incredible season for Tottenham.
His goal was one of the most incredible goals of the season, and he has surpassed his personal record of 17 in a single season. With 3 goals already, he is chasing the Premier League Golden Boot.
The South Korean will have a good chance to make history by breaking his personal record of most goals in a season, and his performance is hardly over.
Kane's goal. During a replay of Kane's goal at Tottenham, it looks like the striker was onside when he hit the ball.
According to an angle shared by the Trevor Durham and BBC Live coverage, the angle shows that Kane was indeed onside but the shot was tight and did not go in. If this goal had gone in, Kane would have had 19 goals this season, an impressive achievement considering his lackluster form to begin the season.
The 30-year-old striker has struggled in the Premier League this season, but scored a treble in the 5-1 win over Mura in the European Conference League. Despite struggling in the Premier League, the England international has emerged as a world-class finisher.
But despite his goal-scoring prowess, Kane has not won any major trophies for his club or country. Spurs' late equaliser came in stoppage time against Liverpool.
After Loris Karius had saved Kane's penalty from the spot, the England international blasted a header past Ederson to level the game. Tottenham now await a visit from Liverpool in the final.
In the Premier League, Spurs are in the hunt for qualification for the Champions League again. But the next leg is crucial, and Kane will be a key factor.
Earlier in the season, Kane was a summer transfer target for Man City, and he scored 2 goals in a 3-2 win against Manchester City. In that game, he also set up Dejan Kulusevski's opener for Spurs, which sealed their first-ever Premier League title.
But Kane's goal was arguably the highlight of the match. Despite his brace, it is a resoundingly entertaining game.
Spurs' first shot on target. After a goalless draw with West Ham, Tottenham have ended their 5-game goal drought with a solitary strike.
The strike from Harry Kane marked Spurs' first shot on target in over 220 minutes. Spurs struggled to create chances for a goal until Son and Dejan Kulusevski combined for a fantastic team goal with 11 minutes remaining.
Tottenham took their time to find their attacking spark without Harry Kane. Spurs began attacking the City goal from set pieces and played out from the back.
Harry Kane, Son, and Eric Dyer were all looking for ways to create opportunities without their star striker. Son, in particular, found himself set up in the right corner of the box, but chose to cut back and play Kane in on goal.
Tottenham managed to rebound from their poor passing spell to score 3 goals in the second half. Harry Kane headed in the first half corner, and a few minutes later, Son headed in a free kick to complete a brace.
The defending champions now have a 3-point cushion over 5th-placed Arsenal. Spurs' performance against Leicester has been crucial to their quest to reach the Champions League.
Tottenham Hotspur's defensive strength is reflected in their early position. Manchester City have been unable to find clear sight of goal, while Tottenham have had good possession.
They have a clear advantage in possession, but City's defense looks shaky and lacks concentration. Spurs' defensive discipline has been ineffective, with Lloris booking for time wasting.
Substitution of Dejan Kulusevski. Dejan Kulusevski has arrived at Spurs on a season-long loan from Juventus.
Although he was previously linked with Arsenal, Kulusevski has already made an impact on the Spurs team. He has scored 3 goals in his first 11 Premier League appearances and formed part of Antonio Conte's 3-man attack.
But the future of the Serbian international remains unclear, and in the end, Tottenham Hotspur were level after the substitution of Kulusevski.
Kulusevski has been criticised for not having the pace to beat his man. However, his poor form could have hampered the club's aim this season.
Antonio Conte wants to lift Tottenham into the Champions League, but the loss to Wolves on Saturday could have scuppered that plan. Despite the lack of starting space, Kulusevski's impressive stats in the Italian league suggest he will fit in the 3-4-3 system at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
While he will probably face competition from Lucas Moura for a starting place, the 21-year-old's physicality should help collect the ball from the wingers. Although Kulusevski's presence will also reduce the workload on Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, he may find his form again.
After being knocked out by Manchester United in the World Cup, Dejan showed his resilience by returning to the 17 and creating 2 assists for Son. The team's 3-0 lead was reduced to 3 goals when Leicester scored in stoppage time.
Kulusevski was replaced in the 55th minute. The substitution was a good one, but it wasn't enough to win the match.